You're thinking of venturing in dairy farming and you're kind of confused on what is the best dairy breed of a cow that you can begin with, or you are a seasoned farmer who, for subsequent times, you've continued to choose the long breed, then this video is up for you. Today, we are looking at the best dairy breeds of cow in Kenya that you can buy and how you can manage to match them to your farm, climate, and also your budget. 70% of farmers choose the wrong dairy cow breed and live struggling with high cost of feed and also low milk production. And they don't consider the factors that they need when buying this cow. And that's why we thought we should bring you the three main dairy breeds that have continued to dominate the Kenyan market and why and what distincts them and where do they perform best. My name is Kelvin Wairimo from FarmWorks Kenya. FarmWorks Kenya is an agricultural solutions center that offers realistic solutions to the daily challenges that farmers face every day. Now, if you're here, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for always watching us and also subscribing. And if you've not, kindly make sure that you've subscribed and also don't forget to share this information with other farmers. We usually tell you that this is the only way that you can manage to help us empower as many farmers as possible. With that said, let's jump right into the best three dairy breeds that have continued to dominate the Kenyan market. Now, on top of the list, we have Friesian, often known as the Holstein Friesian. This one, most farmers can manage to distinct it from the rest with the white and black patches on the coat. It's a very huge cow, which on maturity can reach up to and weigh between 550 to 650 kgs. And for bulls, it can go even up to 900 kgs. Imagine, almost a ton. And I think that's one of the main reasons that those who do feed sometimes they tend to love it. Now, for the dairy farmers, they love it because of its high volume of milk production. This cow can manage to produce between 30 to 50 liters of milk per day. And of course, now this depends with how well you feed it. I know most farmers rarely achieve this because of their poor feeding and also the type of breed, maybe it's a crossbreed, and also other factors such as the cow comfort and all. So this may hinder farmers from achieving this high volume of milk production that this cow has the potential to give. The other advantage with this cow is that it tends to attract premium prices when you're selling it. For beginners, yes, you'll buy it at a high price, but when you're selling, it also tends to attract high prices simply because of its high demand and the potential that we have mentioned. However, it has its own disadvantage. This cow is very, very highly prone to diseases and especially mastitis. Yes. So it requires much of intensive care and it requires much of constant and looking and also some investment. Because if you have a worker who doesn't know how to maintain high levels of hygiene and who doesn't complete milking, you'll find that you're struggling with mastitis. Now, the other thing with this is that it's a heavy feeder. So if you have a challenge of fodder and if you've not prepared well to get enough fodder, then this cow may not be your choice because it can eat between 80 to 100 or even 110 kilos of fresh fodder per day. So if you don't give it as much as that, because these volumes, of course, they vary with age and size, you'll find that it reflects on the milk production. Actually, most farmers who have Friesian cows know if you withdraw or change the ration of the normal feed that you give, and especially those who feed with the brewer's waste, you'll know if you change or withdraw, you'll find that the cow instantly in the next milking reduces the milk production. So these are some of the disadvantages with these cows. Now, The second cow is Jersey. Jersey, you can manage to know it with its like uniform brown coat, and it's really loved by most farmers because it produces one of the best premium milk in terms of high butterfat content. It can give between 4 and 5%, while Friesian gives between 2.7 to around 3.5, around there, depending also on what you feed. Jersey tends to give more milk also because it can give between 20 and 30, though most of farmers here achieve 10 to 15 liters per day. It's a small cow, not as huge, very small, and it doesn't feed much. It can do 50 to 60 kgs. That's almost half of what Friesian takes. It's also cheap and you can easily afford it between 60 and 80,000. That's almost half the cost of Friesian. And it has high tolerance to diseases. You rarely find these cows suffering from mastitis. Actually, Jersey is one of the cows that you'll find with most mastitis. And you'll find that this cow rarely get mastitis. It's a tolerant. It doesn't get easily affected by heat stress. You know, actually, if you are in a warmer or arid areas and you're thinking of buying a Friesian cow, just go for Jersey. Heat stress in arid areas may tend to crash the milk production in Friesian cow. And we've seen cases where farmers have bought Friesian cows in cool regions only for them to die on arrival in those arid areas. So you have to consider this factor before you buy your cow. The third one is Ayrshire. This one, it's distinct with its white and brown patches, and we usually call it a moderate cow. Why? Because it's between Jersey and Friesian. And in terms of feeding, you find that it feeds less than Friesian, but more than Jersey, but it gives more milk than Jersey and less milk than Friesian. That's between 20 and 30 liters of milk per day. And also, it tends to thrive in both warm areas and also in cool regions. So that's what makes it very ideal. It's also not that much expensive, especially for starters. You'll find between 80 and 100,000, you'll get a good cow. And the other thing is that it's good in terms of disease tolerance. Actually, if you have an Ayrshire and a Friesian in one cow barn, you will find that if Ayrshire gets sick to mastitis, if Friesian gets sick to mastitis, Ayrshire rarely gets infected. So it's one of the advantages of doing Ayrshire. It also has a milk that has good butterfat content between 3.9 to around 4.5 there. So it's an average milk. And actually what most farmers do is that they tend to do both. You have an Ayrshire and you have a Friesian, so that now you can combine the both milk and raise the butterfat content of your milk. Now, wiser farmers or even the pro farmers have now even come and realized, like, well, I can improve my breed through the breeding and especially through AI. And what do I mean by artificial insemination with AI? I mean that you have a Friesian, it produces more milk, but you have maybe a challenge of mastitis. So what do? You serve it with an Ayrshire so that the calf that you'll get has less cases of mastitis due to low somatic cells count, but gives you more milk, also with a milk with high butterfat content, and also tends to be kind of more tolerant with diseases. And that's why sometimes rare that nowadays to get a complete pedigree of pure Friesian, sometimes it's hard. Most of them you'll find that they're kind of crossbreeds, which is okay because as farmers advance, you find that you are tending to lower the cost of management and diseases and all that. So those are the three best dairy breeds of cows that you can do in Kenya. Those are the three best. And if you are in colder regions, you go for Friesian. If you're in arid areas, go for Jersey. But you can also do Ayrshire. We've said Ayrshire does well both in arid or warm areas and also in cold regions. Now, if you're a farmer and you're doing dairy farming, let us know in the comment section. What are your cow breeds? how have they been taking you, and which others or which can you recommend to your fellow farmers. Thank you for watching, and if you've not managed to like and subscribe, please don't leave without subscribing, liking, and also sharing. So let me see you on our next video, where I shall be discussing the key factors that you should look when you're buying a dairy cow. Thank you. See you then.